Hey, what's up YouTube? Spawny here. Today we're going to have a little bit of a face-to-face discussion video. So we don't do these very often on the channel, so I had a good topic to talk about today, so I thought we'd go ahead and have a discussion. So what we're going to be talking about is it smart to invest in Zoodiac beasts in the TCG? So for those of you who, I'm sure many of you who are watching this are already aware, Zodiac beasts, whatever you want to call them, are a very, very powerful deck in the OCG. They're taking massive amounts of the top cut slots over there, right? So, but the deck is being released here in the TCG. The sneak peek for it is this weekend, and then I think it releases on the Friday after that. I want to say it's like February 10th is the release date. Could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, it's already affected the market a lot. Like, these guys are sitting at $70. I don't even know why I'm still holding this, guys. This really should just be on eBay. And then, like, this card is big speculation for being hit on the ban list because it got hit in the OCG to 1, so you can't play 3 anymore, now you just have 1 lowly Terratop. Yeah. So, is it smart to invest in Zoodiac Beast when it comes out? Well, I'm going to argue that it's not. And here's why. So there's a YCS coming up, right? The weekend after it's released. So everyone that's going to that YCS and wants to play Zoodiac is going to be willing to pay money to get this deck. So if someone at your locals is going to Tacoma or Seattle and wants to play Zoodiac Beast at that event, why would you not just make yourself quick money? Especially for a deck that has such high possibility of getting hit. Like they did to Pepe, right? I think Pepe existed for like 3 weeks here in the TCG, and then they smashed it. It was still playable. It was still a decent deck. It was still tier 1, but it wasn't the tier 0 busted bullshit that it was at one point, right? So, the pre-sale prices for these cards are questionable. The cheapest Drancias I could find were about $45. Same thing with Bullhorns. The cheapest Zoodiac, Barrage, Triangle, the spell card, the cheapest one of those I could find were about $53 on eBay. So this is pre-sale prices. So let's say and those are the 3 secret rares. Then the ultra rares of the one that gives them all piercing, I think, I could be wrong. It's the one that's played in the pure variant. Gives them it's an ultra rare and it's like $10. And Tigris is like $15 pre-sale. Then Rats are like $5s. And then the Viper's like $4. But Viper will be like $2, no problem, because it's a one-of in the deck. So, well, in the pure variant anyway. But moving right along. So overall, retail based on, let's say like the Drancias go down to like 40s, same with the Bullhorns, and then the Triangles sit at like 45s, and then the Tigresses are like 10s, and the Rats are like 3s, because they're a super, but overall, and then you add in your Invoker, which is $70, and your Terratops, which are 10s a piece, and you're pretty much looking at at least $350 for retail for this deck. So let's say you're really good, someone of your locals, right? And I think it'll be a little bit higher than $350. So let's say you can pick it up, all of it, 10 keys included and everything for the whole deck, everything. 2 Drancia, 2 Bullhorn, 3 Triangles, Invoker, 3 Terratops, 3 10 keys, 3 Momo Rat, 1 or 2 Vipers, 1 of the Ultra, everything, right? So let's say you could pick it all up for just under 300, right? I think that's a pretty fair estimate of what this deck will be worth, right? After pre-sale, once the set's actually released. Especially right after release, because all the cards will still be higher up in value because there's a YCS the week after, and everyone's going to want to play this very, very powerful deck that we have coming to us. So you have people going to this event that are going to play this deck, and they're going to keep the prices a little bit higher because people are going to know that, hey, these people who are going to this event want to play this deck, and they're going to be willing to pay money for these cards. So that will keep the prices a little bit higher than what I think they will be after the event. So if the deck does well at the event, which it probably will, and I don't believe there's any chance of it getting hit before the event, I don't see Konami dropping a ban list in the next 2 weeks. I think it'll be after the event, or it'll be in March. So the deck goes to the event, does well, takes a big majority of the top cut. Do the prices rise or fall? I think they fall. And here's why. Because judging by what happened to Pepe, if they get Pepe-like numbers in the top cuts, which Pepe at Atlanta had 29 spots in the top 32. The only other 2 decks were 2 Monarchs and 1 Cosmo piloted by Ure Diaz. If you don't know who that is, he's a big guy for us former Shadal players. But moving right along. So, the deck gets, let's say it gets like 27 spots in the top 32, which is what we would consider a very, very powerful tier 0 type deck to be, right? Not 100% tier 0, but has potential to evolve into tier 0, right? So it gets a bunch of spots. We see the same fear we had with Pepe. Immediately after the event, Pepe, like, the prices were stable, and I think some of them even rose a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, correct me if I'm wrong. But they definitely didn't drop. But what the fear that's running around this community is the same, now that we saw what Konami did the last time we had a tier 0 deck appear in the TCG, which was about a year ago, we're seeing that same fear rise again. So Konami definitely could do something like ban this card or limit this card or hit Momo Rat to like 2 or something, touch Drancia, something like that, right? So that could create a lot of fear in the community that this deck did very well, it's looking like Pepe numbers, get rid of it now, in a week there's going to be an E-ban list and the deck's done. Which is the fear running around the community right now, is the ban list fear. But I think if the deck does well at the event, it creates more of that ban list fear, judging by what happened to Pepe. So the prices may go down a little bit because of that. But what I think the smart thing to do is, let's say the event happens, and a week later there's still no list. 2 weeks later, still no list. It's just about March now. Prices will start to go, maybe settle back to where they were. I don't think they'll exactly go high up, but they may settle back to where they were at the time of the start of the event. But I think what we can safely assume is that by March, by the end of March, we will have a ban list for the TCG. So I think the smart investment for Zoodiac would be is for the first, until we see a ban list, don't invest in the deck. I think the safe bet would be to wait until we see a ban list, and then immediately after the ban list drops, buy everything if you want to play the deck. Because I think the general fear of a ban list will drop these cards down in price. The further we get into March, I think these cards will drop down in prices because that fear for a ban list, it could be any day, I want to get rid of this stuff. So I think that would be the smart decision, and that way if the deck does get destroyed, like let's say this gets banned and Momo Rat goes to 2 and Tenki goes to 1, Triangle goes to 1, like something like that, like they completely obliterate the deck. You don't lose any money. And even if they do something like they ban this or limit Terratop and like hit Tenki to 1, that way you're picking up the same stuff for cheaper because you don't have to pick up this anymore, don't have to pick up 3 of these, don't have to pick up your Tenkis anymore. So you basically get to play Zoodiac still, but you're not paying the amount of money that you were. So my advice to you guys would be, if you want to play Zoodiacs, wait until after we see a ban list. And don't just hop onto the deck after the YCS just because it does really well. Just because there is a real possibility that we could see a list drop a week or 2 after the YCS and the deck gets hit, and you guys can end up losing a lot of money out of that. So, but that's just my opinions on this, guys. Let me know if you guys have different opinions. feel free to leave a comment down below. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if like you sort of agree with me. Tell me if you completely disagree. Leave all that down below. Follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description below. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. Oh, if you guys like these discussion videos, like this video, and maybe leave a comment down below too. I definitely can do more of them. I have a couple other topics in mind, but if you guys really don't like them, I'm not going to do as many of them. I have another deck profile that is ready to record. I just haven't done it yet. So I'll probably do that. I might wait till Zoodiacs come out, because it's the deck I'm planning to play after Zoodiacs come out, so I might actually wait till that happens. Or yeah, I might wait till after Zoodiacs come out, but within the next probably 2 weeks, or right after Zoodiacs come out, I should upload that for you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Spawny out.